books, articles, and even podcasts all tell a story. But like every story, they start with one word. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Word.
Hey.
Here we go. We got another day, another episode of Word. Sean is tired from his long work day that he had today. Work's been rough for him. Work's been pretty good for me, but I also haven't worked too much. I'm wearing this shirt to represent coming back from a vacation. So.
But you didn't go to Hawaii.
Did not go to Hawaii, but you know what?
You went to Baltimore.
This isn't really like a palm. Well, there's palm trees on the shirt, but it's mainly
it's
like
a Hawaiian shirt.
It's like a flower kind of shirt. It's like a lot of nature. It's just represents vacation altogether, you know. So
you have two separate things. You have the dreadful work on one side, and you have the relaxed vacation on the other.
Well, like honestly, people wear what you have on a regular basis, so it's not like entirely a work uniform. Like for me, I just have to wear wear khaki and black polo. You're just wearing khaki and a red shirt.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody.
You gotta sport the name tag.
But if you wear red with khaki, you have that thought has to run through your head like. People must think I work at Target. I feel like that has to run through your head at some point.
Well, if anyone wears red and khaki in Target, I'm like, man, I never saw that person
working. Yeah, me too.
I never saw that person before. Why are they working here? All right. You want to get into the word?
Sure.
Let's see what we got today. Last week was vacation. First week was wave.
Vacation. All right.
So let's see what we can get today.
We're doing all of them. All words.
Every word.
Every word.
Okay. Sounds right.
All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Generate. Rabbits.
Rabbits. Oh, man. Wait. It's not letting me edit this. Okay. Rabbits. So it's not... That's a wild word.
This is going to be...
This is going to be tough.
This is the first time... And the 3 times we've done it that we haven't gotten a word that
just would be free
has 50,000 meanings. Okay.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word rabbits?
The animal.
But multiple versions of the animal.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean not versions, but like it's not rabbit, it's rabbits. So we're not talking about one. We're not talking about one rabbit here. We're talking about multiple.
Oh, true. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so
that S is there.
So the difference between when I think of the word rabbit and when I think of the word rabbits is more than one rabbit.
That's what I'm talking about. This is certainly tough.
It is.
I got some things that
we could talk about Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
we could.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, we could talk about rabbits, actual rabbits.
What isn't Eminem? He's B Rabbit.
Yeah,
right?
true. Okay.
So we got some stuff. All right. When I hear rabbits, I think of that phrase like they're banging like rabbits, you know.
Oh, I think of
like
rabbits. But I do agree with you.
This is the scenario in which I first heard that quote. So apparently, like, it's a common phrase, I guess. But I don't really think... I barely ever hear it. And what's the movie? Zootopia?
Oh, yeah,
Zootopia,
okay.
They're on, like, a train, and there's just, like, a ton of rabbits there. And apparently that was, like, an adult joke saying, like... They have sex a lot.
That makes sense. Yeah, I guess that is a... Where did you first hear that?
So I heard that watching Zootopia with my girlfriend a while ago. I don't know how deep it was into the relationship, but she was like really confused that I never heard that phrase before, and I didn't know that rabbits had a lot of sex.
Well, I mean, have you ever heard of rabbit infestations?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Because me neither.
Have you?
No, I have.
Is that a thing?
No, you ever hear that thing where, like, you don't want rabbits digging holes in your yard because then they lay a lot of, like, like, they have a lot of babies.
Yeah.
They lay a lot of eggs.
Okay.
They have a lot of babies, and then your just entire yard gets run over by rabbits.
Are rabbits mammals?
And then you go hunt rabbits.
Are rabbits mammals?
Yeah, they're mammals. No, they're reptiles.
I mean, do they... Wait. It's a mammal thing to give birth and not, like, have an egg, right?
Are you asking these as serious questions, or are you being sarcastic? Because I can't tell.
That's what defines a mammal, right?
No, because mammals also have to breathe. They can't breathe underwater.
Okay.
Which is why whales are mammals.
So what mammals lay eggs?
None of them. Except for a platypus, right? Don't platypuses? Yeah. Because platypuses are like...
So why? Why are we out here advertising Easter with eggs?
Oh, that's where you were going with it. That's where you would go.
Why is that a thing?
Because eggs grow in the spring. I don't know. That's a really good question. I feel like we're gonna get hate for being uneducated, probably, but I feel like it goes back to in the olden times they didn't have much, so they painted Easter eggs because it was all they had, and then for some reason they decided to associate it with a rabbit. Rabbit eggs.
I need to know the history of Easter right now. So Zootopia, that was mainly rabbits. Like, there was a lot of rabbits going on. The main character was
Judy.
Judy. What was the official
fox
title? Official title of Judy?
What
Officer Judy? Was that it?
Yeah, Officer Judy. Okay. Wasn't it like Officer
Judy Hopps?
Judy Hopps. Yeah. There it is.
That's another adult joke right there. Hops are put into alcohol. There you go.
Officer Judy Hopps, and then the fox guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but he's not important right now.
Yeah, we're not talking about foxes. We're talking about rabbits. There's a lot. There seems to be a lot of rabbit-themed movies. Like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
There's Peter Rabbit.
There's Peter Rabbit that just came out, right? And that wasn't the first. That's like a sequel, right? That's not the first Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe. I don't remember. I wanted to see that movie.
It's in There's also Peter Cottontail, right? Is that the
Isn't that what
rabbit?
Peter Rabbit is
okay,
based off of? Yeah, I think,
yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I
But
believe
the only
so.
thing I know about Peter Rabbit is it just kept playing on the TV in Target. So.
Well, there you go. No, I mean, there's also the rabbit in Bambi. You remember that? Thumper?
The
dude with the original rabbit. The iconic rabbit.
Wait, did Thumper come before Bugs Bunny?
That's a really good question, because Bambi's been around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
Looney Tunes has also been around for a long time. Do we have to... I can't let this question go unanswered. I have to find out. Okay, so... when was... I was about to say, when was Bunny Rabbit created? When was Bugs Bunny created?
I also want to know why they say bunny as opposed to rabbit.
Well,
they're nowhere close to each other. 1940.
Yeah,
July
I'm gonna say that Bambi
came after that.
Yeah. And the answer is... And
Survey
the answer is 1942, 2 years.
Oh
wow, okay.
Bambi came out in 1942?
Yeah, initial DVD release March 1st, 2005. 6 years later comes out on DVD. Yeah, that's well. See, have you ever noticed that all the big movies like Snow White and stuff came out in like 1938?
Yeah.
Like,
wait. That's just so weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, that television was a thing that long ago.
True.
There's just so much...
And animation, too.
Yeah. There's just so much, like, I don't understand because of how little I've been a part of this world.
I mean, I don't know, but that does blow my mind a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That they came 2 years apart. I didn't really think that was a thing.
Yeah, you were like... You're like, Bugs Bunny came out way before Bambi.
But see, I don't know. See, I never watched the Looney Tunes. Did you watch Looney Tunes when you were younger?
Just a little bit. Probably like the more modernized version of it.
My favorite character was God, what was his name? The tornado dude.
Tasmanian?
Yeah, the Tasmanian devil.
tiger?
Yeah,
Or
Taz or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking Ty the Tasmanian Tiger from the Boomerang game. Do you remember that? The PlayStation game?
No.
Where it's just a guy who goes around with boomerangs. That's his main weapon.
Think about I'm uncultured.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you're talking about Banjo-Kazooie, and then I was like, oh, wait, what?
Those are very, very close to each other.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But not actually.
So where else do they use rabbits? They use them in movies. But see, we can't talk about bunnies because that's not the word.
But why do they call it bunny as opposed to like a bunny rabbit is like a combination?
Well, you can call it a rabbit, you can call it a bunny, and then you can call it a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
So you can, which kind of doesn't make sense.
Is there any other like combination of words that works like that?
I mean, that would be like a...
Wait, isn't bunny is just like the... Bunny is the same thing to a rabbit that a calf is to a cow, right?
Yes.
So I guess like whenever...
Yeah, we usually do call bunnies the babies bunnies.
Yes, I think we...
But people also then call the adults bunnies too.
But people also call adult dogs puppies.
And we call the Easter one the Easter bunny.
Yeah.
Which is clearly a full-grown man.
It's been a long couple years. You cannot be calling yourself a bunny anymore.
That just that blows my mind thinking about Easter, because you'd think that the correct animal to be associated with Easter would be like a chicken.
I mean,
because it lays eggs. But
if we knew the full history of Easter, maybe we would understand why. I mean, the whole thing is a hoax, right?
I feel like if you look, I don't know, is it?
Is it? Do you still believe in the Easter Bunny, Sean?
Hey, I won some pretty intense egg hunts back in my day.
Certainly, it's not a belief if it's real, you know?
True. Did you ever get those Easter bunny chocolate bunnies from the store, and you were so happy to eat it, and then you bit into it, and you figured out that it was just a hollow piece of nothing?
Didn't I already?
It was just the chocolate's like this thin. It's
Yes.
like not even half an inch, and you're just like, oh.
You see an Easter bunny like egg, or not egg, the actual the chocolate thing you just mentioned, and it's like taller than your head.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, all chocolate, $1 for this whole thing.
Yep.
And then
you bite into
it, and you're like, I just bit my own teeth.
True.
Like, I didn't even feel chocolate.
But have you also ever noticed how any of those chocolates that come with a wrapper on the outside that's supposed to depict what it looks like on the inside, have you ever noticed that once you take the wrapper off, the mold that they use to make it looks nothing like the wrapper? Yeah. It looks horrible compared to the wrapper. I've always wondered, like, oh, this is nice. Then you pull it away, and it, like, for Santa Claus, it does that too, where it's like it's just some deformed, like, looking thing.
Yeah, it's like the mummy tomb shaped chocolates, right? Yeah, those are terrible. But you know what the best chocolate is? Advent calendar chocolate.
I've never had Advent calendar chocolate.
I'm using the right term here, right? Advent calendar is the
thing you open for Christmas.
Up to 25 days. Yeah,
I've never had that before.
Oh, that chocolate is so good.
I like those chocolate coins.
Okay, yeah.
Those chocolate coins are like a staple of any holiday.
So when I think of chocolate coins, I immediately think of my friend's Jewish party. And I think of people making
I don't know how to think about that.
Very, because they always had chocolate coins as like one of their main desserts at a Hanukkah party.
Is that just supposed to be coincidence?
And everyone constantly makes those jokes for the rest of the night.
Yeah. Why would you bring that on yourself? But they're good though, so you can't really sit back and say that you shouldn't have them because they're good. See, Easter's just a good holiday, even if you don't believe in the Easter Bunny and all that stuff, because it's a time to eat chocolate and candy.
Yeah.
And
it's just another excuse.
Jelly beans.
How many of those do we have in a year? 3?
What?
Wait, no. Halloween, obviously, yeah. Like times in the year that you can just
eat chocolate,
go all out on chocolate.
Easter,
on candy,
Halloween, and
I want
New Year's? No.
New Year's is kind of like
Christmas, yeah, because you get Christmas candy, right?
I don't get too much, but
Yeah,
like,
me neither.
Christmas is definitely.
Thanksgiving?
No, I'm thinking those two are mainly for like actually homemade desserts and stuff like that.
Okay, you're not wrong.
Like Thanksgiving, I guess the main association would be pie. Oh, you had a revelation there.
Veterans Day. The chocolate president.
Okay, what?
Wait. Did you hear what I just said?
Chocolate presents?
No, I said Veterans Day, and then
Yeah.
I said chocolate presidents. Got them mixed up. I'm sorry.
President's Day. Chocolate
We honor our
presidents.
presidents on Veterans Day.
I do.
Okay.
Hey, well, I don't really know much about the presidents, so I don't know who really to honor. But I assume that there was a president had some sort of like.
That was a veteran?
Well, yeah, obviously that, but also that a president had some say in the word veteran or like
True.
making veterans more significant. Maybe presidents were the ones who made veterans discounts.
That could be it. Well, I think that might
Getting
be.
a scam likely phone call right now from the same number.
No, that's the FBI.
That's the FBI.
That's now because I
They were
messed
like,
up.
Hold up. Did you just say President's Chocolate and Veterans Day?
Get him out of here. Okay, so are we agreeing then that Easter and Halloween are the only two holidays out of the year, out of like the American calendar, that you're allowed to eat chocolate whenever you want?
Yeah, that
And
like
however
tell
much
you,
want?
eat this, like go for it. When you say New Year's though, I think New Year's Eve people go all out on alcohol and other terrible foods for you because everyone's like
Totino's pizza roll.
toast.
I always
Totino's.
little and
Why do you think
microwavable
of pizza?
burritos.
Why
What?
specifically pizza rolls and microwave burritos?
Because that's just what because you don't care.
Okay.
When you're like that, you don't need a gourmet meal. You just need a snack that tastes good and
Yeah.
eventually will kill you later.
Chimichangas?
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, New Year's resolution, I'm getting fit.
Yeah.
And then they'll just do the same thing again next year.
Exactly. So you have to, like, every New Year's party that I've been a part of, or just even when you sit around the TV, you have to have snacks on snacks on snacks on snacks. And it's not right if you don't just pile your plate. And then when you wake up the next day and it's the new year, you're like, I'm going to lose weight this year. You know, that's kind of interesting. When I worked at McDonald's, oh God, when I worked
the glory
there,
days.
and it was the beginning of the year, my one manager said to me, she's like, by the way, you're not going to be getting as many hours during the month of January. And I'm like, why not? And she's like, well, typically this is when everybody starts off their New Year's resolutions, and then and then as soon as February comes along, it just goes right back into the normal thing. And I'm like, that's the realest thing I've ever heard. Really puts it into perspective.
I want to touch back on that whole, like, seasonal job things. Because I was thinking about the other day. Like, how pretty much every job is affected by the time of the year.
Yeah.
So I want to touch back on that. But I also wanted to say about the New Year's resolution thing is my mom actually mentioned she has an active gym membership the entire year, that in January there's just like nowhere for her to work out in the gym just because there's so many people.
But that's it. That in itself blows my mind. That there are so many people who have that burst of like motivation to do something just because it's a different day.
Yeah.
Just because symbolically it's the first day of the year, and then once you get like 2 weeks into it, you're like, okay,
when the
I'm going back.
Yeah, when the only difference between tomorrow
Is a
and New
number.
Year's Day is just like the day of the year.
Yeah.
Like, cause
It's a
I
number.
can be like, I'm getting my life straight tomorrow and go eat as much as I want tonight.
But if it's not January 1st, it's not as cool.
Yeah.
And you also see the big thing is that everybody gets super drunk and super just goes nuts on New Year's Eve. So then when you wake up the next morning, you're like, I really got to get my life together after that last night. And that's what causes everybody to go into the new year with that motivation.
And what I wanted to say was that I thought to myself, when I left Target, I was like, wow, I'm going into a job that won't be affected by the time of the year. But then I remember...
what?
then I remember that, no, every job works like that.
Yeah.
Like, for this specific job, we'll be not as active come winter and summertime because we're mainly school photographers.
Yeah.
So we're doing all the school pictures, ID stuff right now. Then in the spring, we'll do graduation photos, other sports photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, there's no school. So what are we
So
gonna
what do you even, do you just kind of sit around and...
They said that most people find another job
Wow,
during the winter and the summer. I'm
You
not.
know where you're
not
coming.
going back to Target.
Why? You're
See-
actually gonna go find another
See my
job?
wall right here?
Yeah,
It
but
says
once you get
practice
that figured
CAD.
out, then you don't even need a job.
Yeah, you're right. That's because that's not gonna.
Look at how
that's not
much
gonna be
money
anymore.
we're making just sitting here.
I received my first Twitch check the other day. They send you a check at $100,
All thanks to this.
and I don't think we've earned a single penny off of this of this podcast.
Okay, all right. Bye.
See you later. But once we get SoundCloud Premium, then everyone's gonna
We
be
start dropping sick beats.
and merch. Then we're good. We'll sell signature white shirts
and
pre-worn by you.
and certified Target uniforms. Oh man, we're losers.
But we love it.
I want to talk about candy again.
You
But
want
see-
more Starbursts? Look at
Maybe.
right here. Look at right here.
Stop.
Sean told me I haven't eaten anything today, so he needed some energy. So I hooked him up, and
Pink Starburst are the
Nice.
best Starbursts.
a
That
bunch
only
of
looks like one wrapper.
Yeah, but
It's
if I do some little confetti thing
I tore
and
it up into
jumble
a
this
million
around
pieces.
for the audio listeners,
Stop.
then we got I think it was 4.
I think it was 5.
No, I took 1.
Oh, okay. You saw how fast when you dropped it on the floor, I went to grab it, so you didn't pick it up. Did you notice that?
Did you thought I offered this man real food and he just wanted 5 Starbursts.
I need a New Year's resolution.
Did you ever do one?
Yeah.
What was it?
I have done one before. I think it was something related to weight loss or like getting my life back on track, like career-wise or something like that.
Definitely got to be the most common one.
Oh yeah, I think like weight loss is, because like if you're a healthy person, what do you make your New Year's resolution? I want to eat more this year.
As a healthy person. My New Year's resolution one year was to make a video, like almost like a vlog, each month. And I think I showed you it because that was back.
Is that
I
back
think
in-
it was
back in the
junior
day?
year,
Oh.
year of high school.
Maybe
I made
wasn't
one
friends
for
with you.
January, started filming for February, and then I realized that I was the guy who came to every single social event with my friends and just filmed everything instead of actually doing anything. And I was like, man, I don't want to do this.
I
And
mean-
then Nick had a very similar one this year to make his piece of art every month.
Oh yeah.
But then people it was just too much for him to do a weekly video for his YouTube channel,
Yeah.
rely on somebody to give him an art piece, and then also he's just been going through jobs and stuff.
Well, I mean, that's also though like, I think that's a common thing that people generally make. If you don't make a New Year's resolution about health, you generally make it about like, oh, I want to start doing this. And then you just absolutely lose the motivation to do it after a while. Unless it's like something that requires not a lot of effort. And even sometimes if it does require not a lot of effort.
And I just had a moment of realization. So when we went to Wing Night this week,
Mm-hmm.
Nick said that he had a bet down on who we would mention first out of the friend group. And he said he was going to give them something very special once we mentioned them on this podcast. And Nick was the first person that we mentioned.
Wait a minute. No, this isn't the first time we've said one of their names.
Who have we mentioned before?
I think we've mentioned Nick before. I feel like that came up in something.
I thought it was going to be Alec, because I thought we were going to mention Alec.
Well, I've been trying to not say names, so I've been trying to not put like, and we haven't also really talked about them specifically, but well, I wonder what Nick's gonna give Nick.
Yeah, what's he gonna give?
Tune in next episode to find out.
We'll let you know for anybody interested what Nick is going to give to himself for us mentioning him.
It could be bad, it could be good.
Hope it's just a whole box of rabbits. Maybe. Oh, also, the clearance at stores for like candy and stuff after the holiday's over is insane.
You're right. Like because in Halloween, like when Halloween comes around, which I would say Halloween is more candy centric than Easter, because literally you go out on Halloween to get candy. Yeah. Like Easter is more like jelly beans and chocolate and stuff.
That's some bad stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you were a kid,
jelly beans?
When you were a kid on Halloween, you would like trick or treat night. You would have a strategy developed for like 5 years on which houses you needed to hit.
Yep. And then then there were razor blades in your candy.
Yeah, then there was that weirdo.
And someone ruined it.
There was that weirdo giving out apples down the street. You're like, what's he doing? Why is he giving out apples?
Wasn't that? That's like always the running joke that like there was always the one house or something that you would go to where they gave out something healthy.
Yeah.
Like they gave out like an apple or like some kind of fruit or like some kind of, and those people were suspicious. You know what I mean? Like you gotta watch out.
There was this one street next to my grandma, or like this house next to my grandma's house, where you would walk into their like front porch area.
Mm-hmm.
You would go around in a line, and they would just give you like each person would give you something else. One of them had to have worked at a factory of some sort.
Yeah.
He gave out 6 packs of soda. 6 packs.
Like 6 packs. Like six packs.
No, like not 6 packs. Not 36 cans of soda. Just a 6-pack for yourself. Well, like the plastic held together 6 packs. And
what a
then
monster.
the next one, what a...
Do you know how those kids probably went ballistic after they got home?
That would be, you would just need to give yourself 3 different Halloween costumes so you could go outside, put on a new one, go back in there.
See, the real monsters in the Halloween candy giving out are the people that give kids pixie sticks. Literal, just you know what I'm talking about, those sticks where it's literal sugar and you just pour it in your mouth. Like like there's no good reason for people to give out those things.
There's no
unless
good
you want
reason.
kids to just go crazy.
There's no good reason to like those things, but for some reason,
I'm not gonna say they're flavored. I'm not gonna say they don't taste good, but it's literal. Cents. When people say this is just literal sugar. Like when you talk about soda, no, this is literal sugar.
Yeah, you drink a Starbucks drink and you get all those grains of sugar and you go, this is literal sugar.
Yeah, but then you're like, not.
Could you imagine people sweetening their coffee with pixie sticks?
Do they even make those? Where do you buy those? I don't see them anywhere anymore. Do they make them anymore?
They
probably not. Probably like the FDA or someone got involved with it and was like, no.
They finally figured out. They were like, wait, this isn't crushed down cherry.
This is literal sugar. What have we missed all these years?
They're like, this was a terrible overlook. We need to go back, and we apologize for all your crazed 4-year-old children who had $1.50 and they were able to eat 3 pounds of sugar.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is true when you think about it that Halloween candy really does like blow Easter candy out of the water. Mm-hmm. Unless you're talking about like candy corn. Do you like candy corn? Do you look at candy corn as like the bane of Halloween candy?
Candy corn at this point is a symbol.
Yes, it is.
Candy.
There was okay. All right. Here's a story related to candy corn that happened to me at work today. I was walking out of the back, and I was pushing my cart or whatever, and there was this I would say like middle-aged woman that was walking up the aisle, the aisle where you come out to, and we always have the little things on the end of the aisles for candy and all that.
Yeah.
So she walks up, she parks her cart, and she's looking at something. She's looking at bread or something like that. And as I'm walking by, she moves up and she gets to the candy corn like display. Mm-hmm. and nobody else is there. I'm not looking at her, and all I hear her say is she picks up back. She's like, "God, this stuff is so addicting." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Jeez.
I was like, you ever notice if you eat too much candy corn? Have you ever eaten too much candy corn before and it starts to like burn your mouth?
I've never gotten to a point where I could say too much candy corn.
Good, you stop before it gets to that point.
I eat it and I'm like, hold up, why am I eating this?
It doesn't taste good, but yet you feel like you have to eat it
Mm-hmm.
because if you're not, it's like not eating jelly beans on Easter. It's like the staple candy.
And then there's the fake candy corn where they're pumpkins, but they're the exact same thing.
See, those are even worse.
Because they're just bigger candy
Yeah,
corn.
it's just a ball of orange.
And just you take a bite and that's in your teeth for 3 days.
Yeah.
3's my number today.
What else happened in 3s?
I just keep saying 3. Like, you
Oh.
get $1.50, you get 3 pounds of sugar.
3 6-packs? No.
3 6-packs. I did say that. 18 cans of soda. And also I think of the dressing up of Halloween. And then I was also thinking of a way to relate that to rabbits. And I was thinking of just rabbit masks in general.
But then
Then I thought of rabbit masks in The Purge.
yeah, when I think of rabbit masks and Halloween, you know what I think of?
What?
You have to try and guess. What is the other like thing? It's not as popular now, but what is the other big thing that became really popular in like the video game world that had characters in those costumes?
They're
gotta
in
know what I'm talking
costumes.
about. No, they're not. They're not in costumes, but like they used animals like rabbits as the main like antagonists.
Rayman?
No,
Ah.
it's a horror game.
Oh my god. Wait. A horror
This
game
immediately
themed
popped
with
into my-
rabbits.
But not specifically rabbits, but the main like horror elements of the game were animals,
Yeah.
but rabbits were one of them, and they looked terrifying. Come on, man.
Did I play this game?
Y-
Oh. 5 Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah. Yeah. When I think of scary rabbits, I think of like the animatronic rabbit in that game where it's just horrifying. That took you longer than it should have. You should be ashamed.
Why? I guess you're right, because there's just as much Five Nights at Freddy's merchandise as there is Minecraft
Yeah, have you
merchandise
ever?
at
Yeah,
Target.
I don't know how they even got that, but like they're everywhere. They're on everything.
Dude, I'm gonna
It's so horrifying.
do a big confession here. I actively watch a different playthrough of each Five Nights at Freddy's game.
What do you mean you actively you
Like,
currently?
No.
but you have.
Every time there was a new Five Nights at Freddy's
Yeah, I've
game,
done that. Yeah,
I
did
watched
that.
at least the first episode
Yeah.
of somebody's playthrough to be
I
like,
did that because
huh.
it I don't know. When you watch it, you sometimes get scared. I played it once, and I think how many have they made now? Like 5 or 6 of them, and now there's like spin-off games and all that. I played, I think, the third one. Me and Nick both bought it. We both launched it up at the same time. We were both in a pitch black room with headphones on, blared up to the top thing. And me and him, we both must have pooped our pants. 'Cause it was the one where, do you remember? It's the one where you're in the bed. You're in the bedroom.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and the closet opens up and everything like that, and it was. Oh.
That one. Yeah,
I lasted about 10 seconds before the first jump scare.
This game will make you last 10 seconds. Before the first jump scare.
Does that have an alternate meaning? What you just said?
Nah,
Are you
dude.
referring to
Nah.
rabbits when you say that?
Or referring to the earliest thing I was talking about rabbits for.
But see, now I think. What was the first example you gave for rabbits?
Rayman Raving Rabbits.
No, not
No.
that. Boy, yeah, you could talk about Rabbids gone. Wait, is that the same game? Like Rabbids from like the Rabbids and Mario? Like
Yeah.
that's the same thing. Okay, those are like demented looking.
Yeah, I think the actual title is Rabbids, like
Yeah,
R-A-B-B-I-D-S.
yeah. All right,
which-
that's not the word.
Yeah, you were talking about Halloween.
No, but what was the first? Didn't you say another thing before I got on the Five Nights at Freddy's thing? when you said about people dressing up and like
Purge?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They had rabbit masks in the Purge.
There was definitely a few
Which
people with rabbit
one?
masks.
there's
Yeah.
like 5 of them. So which the first
Well, I
one?
actually heard that the newest Purge was pretty good.
I saw it. Did you hear from me?
Yeah, I heard from you and Nick, and I think it was on this podcast that you said it was pretty good. And also the Purge like show looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. I actually it seems kind of interesting, but I really hope after this they just stop. Because they ended it on a really good note with the movies, and now the TV show looks okay, but if they just keep trying to do it, it will run itself into the ground. But
definitely. I think with the show, it's a really cool concept that they like the trailers at least are all saying like, what would you do in the scenario?
Yeah.
As opposed to every single movie being like, everybody wants to kill constantly.
Yeah.
But there's so many people out there that first of all wouldn't participate. Like they would just chill.
Well, that's actually what the 5th movie or the 4th movie, the latest one's about.
It's about just like
they actually because it's the first Purge.
Yeah.
So they go through, no spoilers here really, but they go through, like, they show you how they enticed people to want to go out and kill if they didn't want to initially.
Okay,
so,
yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Like they were paying people to go.
Yeah. And they like targeted poor people. So obviously, yeah, that's kind of, but yeah, I think it looks good. But I mean, the only thing about a Purge TV show is, like, are they going to make the Purge last the entirety of the show? Like, is the show just going to be split up? Yeah, like 10 episodes, and the 10 episodes all happen in the same night? Because otherwise, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
we are really rolling off topic here, but that's fine.
there is no topic on this podcast.
It's a rabbit.
Do I have to say that every single episode? The concept of the podcast is to take a word, like rabbit.
And follow it down the rabbit hole.
There you go. Now you understand. All it had to take was us to put the word rabbits underneath us.
True.
I think it's going to be 5 episodes, each telling a different story prior to the Purge.
Mm-hmm.
And then 5 episodes showing how they act during the Purge.
And then there's going to be in the final episode, there's going to be where they all come together.
The final episode is going to be exactly the same as the end of what was the movie, the food-related movie, Seth Rogen. Sausage Party. I think the end of the Purge is going to work the same as the
name popped
end of
into my head the moment you said it, the name popped in my head a millisecond before you said it, and I just thought about the end of that movie, and I just I was like, no.
I was gonna say the end.
Hope not.
I was gonna say the end of Food Fight originally, but Food Fight is a very different movie than Sausage Party.
Don't go see Sausage Party.
Do not.
Please.
Well, I mean, first of all,
unless you're severely influenced by something else, then you might enjoy it. But if you just go see it just like I did for fun.
What kind of influence are we talking about here, Sean?
Like a New Year's Eve influence. That's a good movie to watch on New Year's Eve. But other than that, you go see that movie. Like, we saw it together with everybody, right?
Yeah.
We all saw it together. If you go just some, couple innocent, nice teenagers, you will want to die. And you will, it'll show you things that you didn't want to see, even though you were expecting them.
I remember my dad was like, yeah, we finally came across to watching Sausage Party.
No.
The fact that he said we, I immediately thought of my mom watching that movie, and just like, that's a movie that you would not want to... Unless you have that kind of connection with your mom where you joke about that stuff a lot.
Yeah. Wait, he was talking about his mom?
He was talking about talking about my mom.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think of that and think of that end scene. I'm like, I don't want my mom to have to see that end scene.
What if your parents, what if they saw that and they just were rolling laughing? They were just they got into it. Like, how would you feel?
Well, then my next statement is that my dad was like, that's a weird ending, that's for sure. And
then he turned around and he was like,
and then you gave a big grin to the smile, did a wink,
and walked away.
Credits rolled.
Oh, you could just like hear your parents in the room like laughing so hard about something. You're like, guys, what are you laughing about? And all you see on the screen is
Sausage
that.
party.
But we still haven't. We have gone through this entire conversation about this without even really hinting about what the end scene is. And I think we should just keep it like that.
I think that's fine. I think people, I guess, just watch the end scene of anything. That's kind of what I did for, what is it? That Netflix show?
Orange is the New Black?
No, the 13 Reasons Why. Everyone's like, do not watch this next season. No, I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
I watched the last episode.
Oh, see.
Everyone's just like, don't watch this season. It's just too graphic. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, the last episode. So I'm like, why would you tell me not to watch the entire season if it's just the last episode that's graphic? Plus, it wasn't even that graphic. It was a guy getting a broom shoved up a place.
That's in that show?
Yeah. He's getting a swirly, and then they shove a broom in him while he's getting the swirly.
Okay.
That's the entire reason that my cousin didn't want me to watch that show. I wasn't going to watch it anyway. But the fact that she said that happened in the show made me watch that episode.
What about season 2's last episode?
That was season 2's last episode.
Oh.
I wasn't talking about the first one.
Oh, so what about season 1's last episode?
I don't think anything crazy happened in season 1. Oh, actually, apparently there was... I don't know if this actually happened in season 2, because obviously I didn't watch it. But in season 1, they hinted at a school shooting happening for season 2.
And
then I think they backed off of it a little bit because a school shooting happened in between the time season 1 and season 2 happened.
I would have to say that if you... Do you actively watch Netflix?
No.
Okay.
Well, only with my girlfriend. Because
I was going to say, if you want to watch a show that might give you a good, like, cringe factor, watch that. Have you heard about it, that new Insatiables show? It is labeled the worst show to ever come out on Netflix ever. It had a 100,000 signature petition to get it like removed when the trailer came out. Do you know who Debbie Ryan is?
Yes.
Yeah, the Disney actor. Okay. She's the main actor.
What's the name of it? Wait, she's also in that Mother movie too, right? Which was a very controversial movie.
Mother? The horror movie?
Or is that someone else? No, that's the...
Mother is the one...
The
Mother...
Katniss, right?
That's Jennifer Lawrence. I know you don't know names, but it's Jennifer Lawrence. It is the Hunger Girl.
She was...
How do you not know who Jennifer Lawrence is?
No, I know who Jennifer Lawrence is.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Jennifer Lawrence was in Mother.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. Okay. But how could you get Jennifer Lawrence mixed up with Debbie Ryan? Like, come on.
Do they not look alike?
Look up Debbie Ryan.
Oh my god, okay.
Yikes.
They look alike.
No, they don't.
Are you kidding me? Hold up. Alright, that's definitely not what I remember Debbie Ryan looking like. Okay, alright.
Maybe a little bit, but just not in any way. Anyways, here's why the show was so badly received. Because here's the premise, right? Now you tell me if you think this, especially in today's day and age, if you think this is like a show that should be made or endorsed by anybody. Mm-hmm. So basically the premise of the show is Debbie Ryan's character at the start of it is really overweight, right? And she gets bullied all the time. And
Debbie Ryan...
completely different.
They don't look completely different.
Completely different. Anyways, so she's overweight at the start of the show, and she gets bullied all the time, and she gets like punched in the face, so her jaw gets like messed up. So she has to have her mouth like closed shut so her jaw can heal. So over the time period that she can't talk or anything, she loses all this weight and she becomes like super good looking. So then she comes back and she enters into all these pageants and stuff, and she tries to go and like prove all these people and like get in all the people's faces that bullied her and stuff. And the show is just so like,
that's a terrible concept.
You know, on Snapchat, in the Snapchat like Discover thing,
mm-hmm.
there was a article, like there was a whole Snapchat thing of those made for this show, and the title of the front part of it was, "You should know this fact about fat people." And I was like, what? I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this. And then the first thing in the article was, Debbie Ryan talks about controversial issues and self-esteem issues, and I'm like, you just put it on the
So you want to tell me that Debbie Ryan and Jennifer Lawrence are completely different when they both talked about obesity and stuff?
That's
huh?
a common thing. What does that have to do with what they look like?
But now it sounds like they're both advocates for healthy or not just healthy lifestyles, but loving your body.
But what does that have to do with what they look like? That doesn't make two people look identical.
Doesn't having a similar view to somebody make you look like them?
I don't know. Do we look alike?
I mean, I was honestly thinking of a meme that we can make with this show where it's my face, like, and you see the beard and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's the upgrade key, and then it's your face.
Oh my god. Dude, one day you'll make it.
I don't think it goes any further.
No, it'll grow in more.
Oh, okay.
Like, it took me a long time.
Spots.
Yeah. It took me... That's probably because you look like this. Remember how Nick used to do that? He always used to, like, kind of touch under his chin.
Yeah.
And he had a bald spot there. Man, we're just talking about him all the time now.
I never touch my face like that.
I only go like this sometimes, and I feel kind of, like, scholarly when you're just like, yes.
I mean,
yes, and you have to talk in an accent.
So I want to know how she ate if her mouth was closed.
I didn't know where you were going with that statement, so I was just like, how she ate? I don't know. Probably through, like, a tube.
Yeah, I guess that's the only way.
Pumped through her eyeball or something. I don't know.
Did they have no other concept or no other, like, way of her to lose weight?
Well, see,
other
the
than
show,
getting punched in the face.
But see, here's the thing. The show is supposed to be about, like, these issues and about how you deal with these issues and stuff like that.
Okay, wait, yeah.
But then, so there was this whole petition against the show before it even came out, right? But then when it came out, it, like, released all, because it's a Netflix original thing, so it released all one season right off the bat. So there was an episode where apparently someone said something along the lines of, like, bisexual people don't exist. And it wasn't just, like, the type of thing of, like, oh, this is, like, a hater. It was, like, some kind of point they were trying to get across something. And everybody went bonkers. Like, it was it was just done. And, I mean, like, again, I don't know why you would make a show like that in today's day and age.
You want to have a successful show? Don't mention gender or sexuality,
or just be accepting of it in that way, because you know.
Don't say anything controversial like that.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the show is about issues related to all those different things, but don't cross the line like that. You're not gonna come out on the other side of it.
But also, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So you're telling me that I should watch this show because it's so bad.
Yeah.
So I should actively watch a bad show, which is just...
No, I don't think you should. I'm saying it more of, if you want... This is like sitting down and going on YouTube and looking up a cringe comp, because you just need that fix. This is the same kind of thing that you can go
My
to.
fix. I can't imagine, like, coming home from a long work day and being like, I need this fix.
You ever feel that, though? You ever just need a cringe compilation in your life?
Get my arms ready for the injection.
I need this. Cringe Comp 2018. Oh, man. If you're not watching us and you're listening to us, something probably sounds really
with a cringe
disturbing.
Cringe comps definitely have some of the best names out there on YouTube.
The best names?
Well, cringe comps and meme compilations. They just have those, like, the titles of the actual video are legendary.
Oh, yeah. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Give me an example off the top of your head. You're so adamant about it. That. You're so adamant about it. Like, you think the names are so legendary.
A basic one. Well, they're so legendary.
You're talking about the names of the videos in the compilations.
No, the names of the compilation.
Oh, because when I look up cringe comps, it's just usually like 2017 ultra cringe compilation or something like that.
Yeah, but they just, like, always one up each other. Like, if there's more than one cringe comp, they're like, ultimate savage cringe compilation.
Yeah, soon it just get like with Vines, it gets to the point where it's like the ultra mega classical Vine compilation that makes you get in your feels or something like that. It's basically
really
what it turns
long
into.
names. And then what else is there's like the meme compilation. There's like a basic one would be like meme comp that gives me a reason to live or gives me a will to live. They're like the obvious ones. And then there's like meme comps that you should go to bed to, but only if the air conditioner's on a Tuesday night. But also, this is part 2.
To the point where they don't even fit on the screen anymore.
Yeah.
It's just over. No, man, I want to go watch a cringe comp right now.
You just need that fix. We'll watch one at the end of this.
No, I mean, it's a weird. Do you ever think about that when it comes to like you watch like meme videos or you watch like Vines, because they generally tend to be funny or so stupid that they're funny. But when it comes to cringe comps, you're literally sitting there subjecting yourself to kind of like wincing watching people do these really like ridiculous things. Mm-hmm. It's not even like you don't even get a good laugh out of it. Like you're just like sitting like you're just like like I don't understand what causes people to want to feel that way. But then it's like you sit there like, oh man, like like, and some of them are funny, don't get me wrong, but
I think a cringe comp is you sitting there thinking like, man, I think my life is pretty bad right now. And then you watch the cringe comp and you're like,
I got it.
My life is is really good compared to this guy that wants to, this guy that thinks that he's a fox.
Oh my, you just said it. Oh.
A controversial thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hold.
What do you mean by that?
Hold up. At one point in everyone's lives, they all made fun of that one guy who was like, on all levels except physical, I am a dog or something like that.
I suppose.
At one point, everyone made fun of that person.
Well,
and now it's wrong.
There was actually just
it's wrong to make fun of people in general. Let people do what they want.
Discrimination, man.
But like everyone made fun of that person, and now everyone's on the side of that guy.
Now, I was listening to the latest Ear Biscuits episode where Rhett and Link, they went to Australia, and they like apparently stumbled into like a convention for those people.
Are you specifically talking about people who identify as something else, or like furries?
Furries. Okay. Yeah. And they like stumbled into this group of people, and they took a picture and they posted the picture on their Instagram, and they got like flamed for it. They were like, you don't know this about it, and you're just posting this because you're uneducated. And then Link started going on about how he loves those types of people and everything, and they were just sitting there like, yeah, we got the kick out of the Instagram thing. They're like, we're not as stupid as you think about it, but they just thought it would be funny to do that.
Wait. People who were defending furries in the situation, or
I believe so, yeah, because Link said that he got like kicked in the nuts or something like that by one of them. I don't know why, but he said he got kneaded in the nuts by one of them. Oh, I don't know. It
certainly brings the attention if you're wearing one of those suits or something like that.
True.
And I think it's great that there's a convention for them, so they have a place, because it's definitely an uncommon thing, and there are certainly a ton of people out there that are going to be making fun of them for it. So to have like a place that you can go and like feel comfortable with it, that'd be great to experience Australia too. It might be a little warm for those kind of suits.
Well, see, listening to that episode made me want to go to Australia, because the title of the episode was, "Is Australia the best country in the world?" Because it's also, it's a country, but also a continent.
It's the same thing. Does that work?
But like they were talking about how, man, I'm like giving like publicity to another podcast from this podcast to the
we want that podcast to give us publicity. No. I actually don't mind. I don't care where this podcast goes. I have a good time with it.
True. But anyways, we're going to Australia next. So
that's it. Next episode, word's going to be Australia.
But anyways, they were talking about how how in Australia, it's just everything feels right. You know what I mean? Like the food is good, the atmosphere is good, the people are good. Everything is just, there is nothing about going there that is bad. At least wasn't to them. And I mean, that's kind of also like you go as like a you or a me who doesn't have any kind of publicity attached to your name, and you can enjoy it more. But to be able to go there as like, public entities, and to still be able to say that everything was perfect, that must be pretty good.
It's probably got great views. I imagine Australia is what people call California, but like nicer.
Well, see, it's kind of funny because, like, do you know the backstory about Australia? How that started out because they they put prisoners there and told them to like build, do what you want, and that's how Australia like came to be. So everything in Australia is kind of like built from that background almost. So it's more just carefree and like not, you know what I mean? Like it's not as like rigid as it is in other countries and stuff like that. So everything is more. But the funny part about it though is because Australia is made up primarily of immigrants. They get jackrabbits. Yeah, the big kangaroos are just like
kangaroos
big rabbits.
Are giant rabbits.
They really are. Tell me they're not. Prove me wrong.
Does a small rabbit, a normal rabbit, have a pouch?
Do they? They do, don't they? No, they don't.
I don't think so.
Well, because you have like the American rabbit, and then you have
whoa.
Okay, you have the general purpose rabbit, and then you have
the common man rabbit.
Then you have the jackrabbit, which those are native to Australia, right? The jackrabbits, the ones with like the long ears and like that hop really high and stuff. Jackrabbits,
okay, yeah.
And then you have the kangaroo, and the kangaroo is like if you took both of those animals and you just
gave it a pouch.
Yeah.
That's it. We discovered how kangaroos came around.
Prove me wrong. But no,
kangaroos are just big rabbits. Changed my mind.
The funny part about what they were saying though is that because Australia is made up of so many immigrants and so many people come in every year, they copy everything. Everything in that country is like copied from other places around the world. So it's like you go to Australia and you get a little bit of everything. But like they're big. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Like their coastal highway is just a copy of California's Pacific Highway because they went over there and were like, oh, this is cool, and then just went back and built it.
The face you made for that was the perfect depiction of the phrase, this is cool.
Well, this is cool. But I think that's cool. I think it's neat that you go to a country and they have inspirations from like everywhere. So you kind of get that like, and they said that when they saw the Sydney Opera House in person, they were like, wow. Yeah. I feel like I'd have that reaction too.
So a person, like when you're at a party, all right, there's those two types of people, or at least the two types of people that you would see mostly.
Right.
There's that one person that's like really good at one thing.
Yeah.
You're like, that's pretty cool, but you get tired of it quick.
True.
And there's that one guy who's a jack of all trades. And you could do like 30 different tricks, but like he's not mediocre.
Yeah,
like
they're that saying. You know about everything, but you're not smart about anything.
Yeah. That guy's the one pushing the conversation, like getting topics going. That's Australia. You go to Australia and you're like, man, they got a little bit of everything here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit that I can be satisfied with it and then move on to the next thing.
Very true.
They got rabbits.
Well said.
They got jackrabbits. They got kangaroos.
They got kangaroos?
Kangaroos. Mama said knock you out.
Oh, do you remember that movie? What was that? Gosh, what was
Kangaroo Jack?
Yeah, that movie was so funny back in the day. That is the right movie I'm thinking about, right? The boxing.
Yeah, the boxing kangaroo.
With the sunglasses and everything.
Yeah.
I used to see that trailer all the time, and I'd be like, oh, that's so cool. That one's cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, man.
We're approaching the end.
We are.
We're at 59 minutes.
And I have to say that we really just took this word and just drove it to new countries. We just took it places that it wasn't meant to go. But
I'm impressed with your energy this episode.
Me too.
You really like podcasting, man.
Oh,
It's
I
good to
thought you
know.
were referring to the fact that I just worked a long shift and shouldn't have any energy to speak of.
That is
But-
what I'm referring to. But
Oh.
like the fact that we were on this podcast, you were motivated to talk about rabbits in air quotes this
Kangaroos.
entire episode.
I like talking about words.
Words are great. I can't imagine talking about anything other than a word.
Me neither. What?
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Not specifically.
Okay. I'm gonna make this outro very simple.
First, before you do the outro,
Okay.
I guess, for any of you out there who do listen to us, please listen to us, please. Obviously this whole schedule system got screwed up this weekend last week because we ran into some difficulties. But I went back to school this week, which is why there wasn't a Wednesday thing and all that kind of got so. But going forward, we should be back on the schedule of the every Wednesday kind of deal. But just to
And if you were waiting for a SoundCloud upload from last week's episode, that got a little messed up because we needed to get SoundCloud Premium, but I didn't hop on that because I wasn't sure how I was doing, like, cash-wise.
he has no money.
Because I've been switching between two jobs. But now we're going to get it. We're going to have that 6 hours a month upload time, and we'll be able to at least... We'll be able to upload all of our...
6 hours.
We only get 3 hours now. They only double our hour time.
So wait, so you only ever have a maximum of 6? Oh, I guess that makes sense.
Spotify, or not Spotify, SoundCloud Unlimited would allow us to upload.
I'm just trying to think of it from the perspective of most people on SoundCloud make music and probably never hit the 3-hour mark rather than the 6-hour
I'm
one.
I'm assuming this premium thing is only targeted towards podcasts.
And then the unlimited is just, I mean,
yeah, I guess if you're like a podcast streaming
freak.
no, like I was thinking because like if we got SoundCloud Premium, if I wanted to make any other podcasts, I would have to get SoundCloud Unlimited.
True.
Yeah.
But, well, then get it.
Yeah. All right, I got it. And then I'll probably just change the SoundCloud to like
Aaron Dolgus Productions.
Cool Guy Productions.
All right.
But we
Back
don't
to
have
the outro.
much to for you to like find us on, so I'm just gonna say Twitter because we're never gonna use our email.
That's
like we have
good.
no purpose to use our email.
True.
So if you want to follow us and you want to see updates and stuff, I actually posted this time when we went live. You follow us at word period. So WORDPERIOD. That is you'll see our little logo, which is at the top of the screen, just says word. That is our Twitter account. And that's all you need to follow. You don't need to do anything else. If you have any recommendations, you could add us on that. You can mention us. You can... I think you can private message us too on there if you have any suggestions for the podcast or want to see anything else from us.
Let us know.
And besides that, that is the conclusion of rabbits.
Indeed.
They are extinct now.
They're gone.
Thank you for listening. We'll catch you again next time.
Bye.